Good evening, good evening, good evening to all you wisdom walkers, want to be wisdom walkers, are being wisdom walkers, need to be wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah Maria Antarama coming to you with Astrology for Self-Mastery. As I promise, for the remainder of June, starting with the 19th, and I'll go into the to the 30th. Wow. Something shifted, folks. I have a lot more energy than I've had in a while. It's been a ride, right? It's like, oh my God, since the beginning of the year, but really like March was something, April was something, May, and you figure, okay, maybe June's a little landing spot. Yeah, it was a landing spot, all right. But things do feel like they've been shifted. And especially if we've been awake and we've been doing our work, that's the most important thing. Hey, Anika, how you doing, daughter of Oshun? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm just like so grateful, folks, to be able to be here and bring you the remainder of the astrology for June. Because it's a really important month. It is a turning point. I'm going to talk about the solstice and then some other really cool aspects that are going on. In general, this closing out of June is much more filled with flow energy. Let me say that. And of course, we always get a choice, but yeah, there's much more flow that you're going to be experiencing. So without further ado, let me start off reminding you of the quotes for June. First one from Lena Stevens of The Power Path. Big changes are possible this month as you say no to what no longer feels right. I can say amen to that. And yes to new experiences and people showing up in your life. There's always a fear of letting go of the known, even if the known no longer supports you. The practical side of things this month is to harness the great ability of the mind to organize information to be in service to the heart and what the heart is choosing, not the other way around. Wow, she really nailed it. And then Astro Butterfly says we have two key aspects in June. Jupiter's conjunct the North Node, and Jupiter's also sextile Saturn. These are two amazingly supportive aspects that could lead us onto a path of growth and discovery. With Jupiter conjunct the North Node of purpose, there's a strong pull to walk the path of our purpose. The North Node will draw us in, pulling us into the unknown. We want to experience something deeper, something more meaningful. Just like Coelho's The Alchemist, we feel the call to adventure. Ashe, ashe. Yes, yes, yes. So let me jump back to Monday, the 19th, and here's what we had going on, which he was just talking, Astro Butterfly's quote was alluding to Jupiter in Taurus sextiling Saturn in Pisces. This aspect gives us the strength to overcome anything that comes our way as we all move forward together in harmony. While we are still learning from the past while embracing the potential of the future. With this sextile, things will come to light. A concrete opportunity will present itself. Yeah. And Astro Butterfly said that this aspect is one of the best transits of the season because it is a connect back to the Jupiter-Saturn cycle that started in December of 2020 at 0 degrees Aquarius, like really important alignment. And she said back in 2020, an Aquarius seed was planted. Yeah. So what this sextile is representing, what the energy it's bringing in is saying, things will come to light. A concrete opportunity will present itself. And if it didn't happen right on the 19th for you on that Monday, hopefully before the end of the weekend, you'll be having that consciousness. But look for it. Look for it. This really did happen to me. I really did get clear. Some things came to light. And that's another reason I have more energy and feel so much better. Yeah, absolutely. So I wish and pray for the same for all of you. Yes, definitely. So let's move on to, as I said in my promotion for this, about these asteroids that are going to be shifting. And also I want to give you the aspects for June 21st into the 22nd, but I'm going to give you some specific ones for the 22nd because we've entered Cancer season. Woohoo! Happy birthday to all the Cancers out there. And I have several of them that I love in my life. And yeah, it's time. It's time. It's summertime, summertime. You know, it is a time for us in the Northern Hemisphere to really kick up our feet, kick up our heels, get on that grass, smell those flowers, get to the beach, get into water, but really let's enjoy the time of warmth. And down in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, it's the opposite. It's the winter solstice. So we had the longest day of the year yesterday, and they had the shortest day of the year. Yeah. And it's really interesting. It's a really powerful shift. And here's some information about that solstice. So when the sun enters Cancer, we have the summer solstice in the north and the winter solstice in the south. No matter where you live, January 21st is one of the most important days of the year. The sun is either at the highest point in the sky or at the lowest. This marks a culmination, a point of no return. We either have the longest day or the longest night of the year. Things are about to shift. Our priorities may change. On this magical day, tune in and reflect on where you're at where you're at a crossroads in your life. The universe will guide you on the next course of action. Isn't that just sweet? Isn't that just sweet and important to know that we've made it through in 2023? We've reached a point. And you know, yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Like a lot of crazy stuff, but I'm telling you, all that crazy stuff has messages. Like I ain't going into that Titanic submersible, and God, you know, bless those folks that really, to me, from a spiritual perspective, it's sacrificing their lives to bring us a message, a huge message. Anytime something is involving water, oh yeah, it's huge. It is very huge. I might talk about it next month, but I'm not going to do that right now. And there's some crazy legislation being passed in Texas that is just anti-human, you know, on every level. So we have these kinds of things going on, but for those of us who are committed to healing, growing, and evolving ourselves to make that contribution, yeah, we've hit a mark. We've hit a point of no return where we can begin now to really be clear, stay focused. We've learned so much over these last 6 months of 2023 that we're ready now to carry forward with that clarity. And so that is definitely what the solstice energy is about. So happy solstice, everyone. Stay in that energy. Yeah. Now, also on the 21st into the 22nd, we had this aspect. It's a sextile. It's this flow energy with Mercury and Gemini sextiling Mars in Leo. It says this is a fun-loving influence, making this a great day or two to relax and unwind. Amen to that. That's what I've been focusing on. There can be less stress and more harmony. This vibrant aspect gives us all a major boost of energy, making us feel social, charming, and ready to make the right connections. By consciously tuning into positive Gemini energy, we learn through others simply by being curious. Yes, yes, yes. A wonderful, wonderful energetic. Love that. Now, also, January 21st and into the 22nd, we have the first of the Goddess Asteroids doing their thing and shifting up And this one is a re-entering, Ceres is re-entering Libra. And here's what that's about. In ancient Roman, Ceres was a goddess of agriculture, grain crops, fertility, and motherly relationships. Ceres is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, first discovered in 1801. This aspect is about balancing we and me, time in our relationships as we nurture others while taking care of ourselves. I'll repeat that. This aspect is about balancing we and me time in our relationships as we nurture others while taking care of ourselves. Great energy for caretakers and all human service professionals. And you know, I know so many human service professionals out there that may be watching in. This is a big message to you that you have to choose to really take care of yourself. You have to put your oxygen mask on first. You can't help nobody. You sitting up trying to breathe. No, take care of yourself. And the solstice energy and just this energy of the end of June is really promoting that and supporting that. So nobody can force you to do it. You can choose to do it though. And this aspect is really saying that. It's just really, really great. Love those goddess asteroids. Yeah, really cool. So next, on June the 22nd, which is today, Thursday, we've got two of the goddess asteroids doing stuff. The first one is Juno entering Cancer. Named after the queen of ancient Roman gods and representing commitment in relationships, Juno is the large asteroid in the asteroid belt and the third asteroid discovered in 1804. And I'm sorry, it should say she's the largest asteroid in the asteroid belt. Now, Juno in astrology can illuminate new insights into just how you thrive in long-term committed relationships, commitments and relationships. Yeah, because it's not just about a marital relationship. It could be a work situation, a collaboration, that kind of thing. So when the asteroid of relationships moves into watery Cancer, home is where the heart is and where your love is going to stay as the asteroid of marriage and commitment enters protective Cancer. It's a great time to focus on domestic matters and make your home life stronger than ever. And this is also alluding to the places and spaces in your life that you call home. So if you're fortunate to be working with other like-minded people and wherever you all gather, that is like home. This is saying, you know, really honor that, have gratitude for it, put investment into it, take care of it. And of course, this is also talking about both marital relationships or domestic relationships, you know, how it is that you are taking care of your commitment to be your best self as you coexist with other humans in a home situation. Yeah, like really cool stuff. And then we have Vesta here entering into Gemini. Now, Vesta is the brightest and largest asteroid in the sky and is named for the Vestal Virgins in ancient Rome who were keepers of the sacred flame. Now, what they mean by largest in the sky, that's mean you can see her as the largest one. But like I told you, Juno is really the largest of the asteroids. But you can get a good look at Vesta if you got the good telescope. Now, the Vestal Virgins in ancient Rome were the keepers of the sacred flame, chosen at age 6. And if they allowed the flame to go out, they were beaten. Vestals took a vow of chastity for 30 years, at the end of which they were set free and then answered to no man. This gave them a unique status in Roman times and why the term virgin was often used to describe a woman who belonged to herself. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, love, love, love that definition. So now Vesta represents our fire within that empowers us to achieve our sacred contracts with home and family. Again, another home thing coming up. She also represents devotion, spirituality, and strength. Vesta in Gemini can leave our heads spinning when we can't settle down and focus on one topic. Instead of forcing concentration, allow your curiosity to guide you. And, again, with this kind of forward movement energy that is happening, this great leap forward that I talked about in my promotion in our consciousness, we kind of want to make it all happen like right now. Let me get at it. Because, we've been in like a holding pattern. We just came out of a Mercury retrograde. But what this is saying is, don't force anything. Don't force I got to do this, I got to do that. No. Calm, breathe, have patience, sit back, and allow your curiosity and your intuition, I should say also, to guide you on what you need to address. Yeah. It's wonderful, wonderful stuff. Yeah, them asteroid goddesses, man, that's some powerful energy, like 3 of them in a row within 2 days. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. So I'm going to jump now to June the 25th, which is this Sunday coming up. And here we have a square. So this is a tight energy that is showing up. At least we got until Sunday to prepare for it. It's Mercury in Gemini squaring Neptune in Pisces. Now, this confusing aspect can leave us drained as we have to deal with misinformation, contradicting sources, and earth-shattering emotions. Do your research before deciding on anything and stay in command of your emotions. Now, as I alluded to previously, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, a lot of craziness. And this is just saying, don't believe the hype and don't go into reaction to stuff. Do your research and also, take a chill. Don't let your emotions run wild with things. So this is just a heads up because we know that, some more crazy stuff is going to be showing up and happening by Sunday or on Sunday. So we'll see what happens. Next, let's look at Monday, June the 26th. And on this day, we get a square again. So it's interesting. 2 squares in a row. This is Mars and Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus. And another good message about take things slowly, as this aspect can drive us to make rash actions that we may regret. From accidents to severe mishaps, we need to slow down or we're going to be sorry later. Yeah. And of course, we don't want to do that. So again, 2 squares in a row, Sunday into Monday. Some of you may be feeling that energy already. That's okay. But just know that it's saying, let's just slow down. If you can cancel some stuff, I would do that. Because 2 squares in a row, that's some pretty tight energy there, and it all has purpose, right? It's all coming to teach us something, but we need to navigate through the energies. That's what this is about. That's what astrology for self-mastery is about. Help you navigate so that you can avoid going down paths that you really don't need to, especially at this time. Now, also on this day, on Monday, we get Mercury entering into Cancer. Mercury moves from Gemini into Cancer, so thoughts and communication take on a deeper meaning for the next 2 weeks. Mercury in Cancer brings emotional sensitivity to our communication. What we say means something. Ruled by the moon, Cancer is not only our emotions, it's our gut instinct. Mercury in Cancer invites us to trust our instinct and rely on emotional intelligence to make decisions. Yeah, that's a really good one. So again, with that square energy going on, focus on what you're feeling, how you're feeling, be discerning, set those boundaries, and really take care of yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually. Don't be afraid to say to someone, this ain't working for me, or to say no. Yeah, absolutely. Now we jump ahead to Wednesday, the 28th. And here we have back to flow energy. Yay! This is a wonderful trine between the Sun in Cancer and Saturn, which now is retrograde in Pisces. This collaborative aspect is great for teamwork as you use your emotional intelligence to solve problems and create the best solutions. Together, there's nothing we can't achieve. So yeah, this is really, really great. Really, really great energy coming out of those squares where we are going to be uplifted into our collaborative endeavors and to use that emotional intelligence. Now, on Thursday, the 29th, we have another trine. Yay! This is Mercury in Cancer trining Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Yeah. And in this, add myself back in here. I hit the wrong button for a minute. But I want to make sure when I solve that. Okay, definitely. All right, I was on the right track. Here we go. It was the sun in Cancer before. Now it's sun in Cancer. Now this is Mercury in Cancer trining Saturn, which is retrograde in Pisces. And this is if you're struggling with a problem or issue, talk it out with a trusted family member or friend. They can give you some powerful advice and guidance to help you. You can ask for and receive support. You know, I can't stress that enough of the importance of you knowing you are not alone. To me, this is a really important piece with our leaping forward into higher consciousness. To know that we are not here to be islands unto ourselves, trying to figure it all out alone, not getting the help and the support we need. No. We are here to be connected and to be supported and to be helped. Believe that, want to believe that. And so when you're in a situation, ask for some help. And yes, the first place you need to ask is you, right? And your God, your great order and direction. But don't hesitate to think about, okay, who can I go to that would be able to be supportive of me? And take that risk. Yeah. Get the help that you need. Really important. And then finally, on Friday, June 30th, we close out this month with Neptune going retrograde in Pisces. Yeah, this is some pretty powerful stuff, folks. This is some pretty powerful stuff. And there's two aspects, but this one is about when a planet changes direction, there is an intensification of its themes. When Neptune goes retrograde, old dreams, desires, fantasies, longings, feelings we haven't fully processed resurface, demanding our attention. And this retrograde is going to happen into December. See, from June 30th to December 6th. So we're going to have a lot of time, a lot of good time to address what's resurfacing. It also says, and this is a quote from Maria Sophia Maimonides. She says, this retrograde is all about calling attention to our own cognitive dissonance, the ways we may be fooling ourselves and others. It will help us bridge the divide between who we say we are, who we say we want to be, and how our actions or inactions do or don't align with these visions. It is time to trust your intuition, listen to your gut, remember and pay attention to your dreams. That's how you'll cut through the confusion, remain true to yourself, and see how easily that veil lifts. Yeah. That's some big stuff, folks. This is some big, big stuff. And I love that the timing of this, with it being the end of June, the end of the first 6 months of this year, 2023, a nature year, that we get this. We're positioned now to really, really discern and move more into the truth of who we are and what it is we're really here for and what we want to do. That's just delicious. It really is. So here's some more information about this retrograde cycle with Neptune. It says, whenever Neptune's energy is strong, it casts a veil, which can sometimes create fogginess or confusion. Neptune does this as it wants us to look beyond our external world and move into our internal world for guidance. When the outside world is foggy, Neptune reminds us that the only place to look is within. As Neptune is retrograde in its ruling sign of Pisces, we are getting to experience the deepest and fullest expression of Neptune's energy. On a personal level, we may notice Neptunian issues we were dealing with in December of 2022 come back around in some way. Yeah, let me pause there, everybody. Just think about what was going on for you at the end of 2022. For me, I was going through a physical move, was also very much a spiritual move as well. But, things were just up in the air. Things were really up in the air. And so, again, this may come back around to us to give us an opportunity for what? Yeah, to get clear. Yeah, absolutely. Now, she goes on to say we may also experience creative blocks, rethinking our spiritual journey, lessons around unconditional love, reality checks, and secrets revealed. Neptune retrograde can sometimes be like taking off rose-colored glasses and seeing the reality of what is around you. It can bring awakenings and reveal the truth. But even though this can be challenging, trust that you are ready to face it. Wow. This is really good stuff. This is good stuff. And here's the other piece in this. This is why this is a great leap forward in our consciousness. Another one, because it's setting us up so that by the end of this nature year in December, we should not be only who we are right now. Yeah, we should have expanded and grown into the more of who we are. And so that's why this aspect of Neptune going retrograde in Pisces is so important, and it will be a great support to us. And now it's going to be a challenge. It's a challenging journey. When you have to do that inner work, introspection, you have to go into, the deep forest, the shadowland, and get real. Yeah, it's some work. But I can tell you, based on my personal experience and the experience I've had working with other people, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Yeah, absolutely. So here's the final aspect for the month of June. And it is a beautiful conjunction between Mercury and Cancer. Mercury and the Sun in Cancer. So if you've initiated a new project when Mercury went direct, now it's time to bring it to life. A good day to catch up with family members, friends, chat with neighbors, and focus on doing those much needed home repairs. Big aha moments are also in store, so pay attention to these signs. Wow. Isn't that just delicious? Some nice balancing in the aspects that have shown up. And this is a really sweet way for us to land on the final day of June to close out the first half of 2023. Yeah. Just wonderful stuff, folks. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful. Very, very grateful. It's a little plug for my book. And I also want to take a moment and plug for you. My colleagues at We Merge Media and Be Well are doing an email evolution bootcamp. So for those of you like me who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneuses, that's the feminine version of it, and you're using Constant Contact, this is a coaching opportunity for only $49 that dear Michael DeMond is going to walk us through. I'm definitely doing this to help us really get the most out of this application, this service, this resource, so that you can let more people know about what you're doing and how to join in. I know I want to do a thing with my Wisdom Walk talk, and so this is going to really help me be able to better communicate with folks. So it's a 5-day process, 2 hours a day. It'll be very interactive. And if you're interested, you can just go to this website, contact coach@wemergemedia.com or directly to wemergemedia.com and look for the Email Evolution Bootcamp. And it's going to be a really good time. Michael's a great teacher, and I've learned a lot and receive a lot of support from him for all of the online media stuff that I get to do. He even introduced me to StreamYard, which I use right now. So, well, there we have it. There we have it, folks. So listen, please, please, please take great care of yourself as we move into the end of this first 6 months of 2023. It's been a journey. I'm ready to do some playing. I'm ready to do more relaxing. I'm ready to do more of just letting go and really being into my heart and soul and trusting the process. Not trying to make anything up or figure anything out, but just really, really trust the process. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening in and for sharing. And one more comment here. Hey, TK. Yeah, girl, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's been on, but it's going to be so much better. Thank you all for hanging in there. Just know that your choosing love over fear makes a difference on this planet, makes a difference to all those that know you and who you're connected to, and even people you don't know. So let's keep up the great work. I will be back with you very soon because we've got a full moon right on July the 3rd. So I want to get that information to you as soon as possible. Have a good rest of your evening. Thank you again for listening in, and I will be talking with you again very soon. Bye-bye now.